Nuggets basketball. Let's go. My goodness, man. Nuggets basketball.
What?
Nuggets basketball?
What a treat.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. Listen to that energy. Unbalanced throughout the show, throughout this panel. The Nuggets taking on the Kings. Their last game before the All-Star break. Fellas, after this, we all go our separate ways.
That sucks. That truly is. What a bummer.
I didn't know that. Am I being fired?
You're not being fired, but, you know, it is a little break here with the All-Star game and everything else. So we got to really grab this one, you know? We really got to, like, embrace it.
Seize the day. Seize the pod, fellas.
Seize the pod, man. We're presented by Bet365. Never Ordinary, an app that you should download right now. Use promo code DNVR because later in the show, the man in white over there is going to try to make sense of this game with his money, of the weird things going on. We're going to talk about triple-doubles. Yoke, no longer the triple-double king.
Say it ain't so.
Man, this is weird.
I don't like it.
And the Ringer made their own top 100 list update today. Where did the Nuggets fall on it? We're going to talk about that, preview the game. To help me out with that, the man from Ithaca College himself, Brennan Vogt.
I love when the show starts and I see the live chat and Nadine is like deep into a debate already. I love it. It lets me know it's time for Nuggets basketball.
It's time for Nuggets basketball indeed. Over here, I got D-Line Co.
That's right, guys. What the hell? We didn't mention that Vogt shaved off his mustache again. Why did we just let that slide? It was because it's Valentine's Day? What's going on?
That's a good point.
Over there, I got Superstar Dev.
I love. It's Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Let's spread it. Spread that love around, man.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
and just
feeling it.
share all the candy. Did you guys get candies and stuff to bring to everybody
That is,
here?
you know what? Valentine's Day in school is a candy holiday.
It's a candy holiday.
It's you know what it is? It's like the halfway point to Halloween.
So you got to get. So yeah, you're right. So you might as well get another candy day in
You
there.
need like 6 to 7 candy-based days as a child.
That was a good day, though, man. If you
Easter.
think about it, yeah, no, where you have the little cars and there's all the little. That is a good day, man.
Almost every holiday for a child turns into a candy day.
That's true. That's actually true. I saw my wife. I'm not kidding. I saw her
Congrats.
for 10 seconds today.
Oh.
And I'll get home at like 1 o'clock in the morning today. So we'll not. Very rough Valentine's Day for yours truly. I think I'm
Dude,
still married.
Sheila, some people get what they want for Valentine's. And
That's true. That's what she asked for. Nuggets are hosting the Sacramento Kings. Do you guys remember a few days ago when they got murdered by the Sacramento Kings? And we were like, just wait until we see them back in Denver.
God damn it.
You're just bringing up old stuff, man.
I'm bringing up new stuff too. What's in the game notes? Get us hyped for this Nuggets win.
Oh,
We
you
got all our
guys want to get hyped?
Yeah, we got
All
our
right.
guys.
How about I list some guys?
Okay.
Jamal Murray.
I love him.
Oh, hell yeah,
Caldwell
let's go.
Pope,
Love
and
these
Julian
guys.
Strawther
Our boys.
are all out tonight for the Nuggets.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you guys thought the Nuggets starters will be Reggie Jackson, Justin Holiday, Michael Porter Jr.,
Oh, my
Aaron
God.
Gordon, and Jokic. Can we just stop right there quickly?
Yes, please. I do think we need to stop here.
I don't think it needs to be Justin Holiday.
Malone does this to us every time. He never gives us what we want. He always holds back. Justin Holiday on De'Aaron Fox tonight? That's our matchup?
Do you know what's about to happen to that man? Like, did he not watch the last game? Like, Justin Holiday was truly bad. And it's not even his fault. He's not capable. And then you put him in a worse situation. He's going to get right off the floor pretty quickly.
Dude, the fireman's going to get set on fire. I hate
Oh,
this.
man. I hate it. I feel like you should run with more holiday. Valentine's,
It
holiday.
is. Oh,
there's
did
something
you think about
there.
that? Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Malone was
holiday.
not going to start him, but he's like, I got it, man.
It's a holiday.
Yeah. Can't go, you're not going to Browntown on Valentine's Day.
I hope not.
We do have this one quote from Michael Malone here pregame as well.
So terrible.
Courtesy of Harrison Wind, the DNVRsman on the ground in Ball Arena. Michael Malone, quote, Colin Gillespie has an edge about him. When you look at his resume, national championship at Villanova, national point guard of the year at Villanova, Big East player of the year at Villanova. The kid has a big, big heart, and I'm a big fan of his. I don't know the context of this, but Wynn tweeted it, so I'm reading it.
I know. I really want to know. Was he asked a Colin Gillespie question? That would have been really out of left field if they were like, oh, I got a question for you. Colin Gillespie in the pregame. If this was unprovoked, man, I will find it.
Do you know that you could take that quote and then replace the word Colin Gillespie with Facu Campazzo?
Yeah,
And
it's so
like,
true, man.
Whoever shows up, slaps the floor one time is then Malone's favorite. He's like, I see a lot of myself in that guy. Listen, Colin Gillespie's been good in the G League. Like we thought he was a steady player. Then he got hurt, and then it looked bad. And I don't know, whatever.
I just think this is kind of messy to just ask that question of all the questions. Like, you already know what everyone is like alluding to with that. It's the decision to go with him. I think there are other decisions that also are not great. Justin Holiday. No one asked him about Justin Holiday. They're just going to go right after the Colin Gillespie because, I mean, that's the one that's on people's mind.
I do love this idea of like Calvin Booth's like, all right, I'm going to get you Christian Brown, Peyton Watson. I got Jalen Pickett for you. Did you say Justin Holiday? did you say Colin Gillespie? He's like, no, I didn't say that. Oh, okay, perfect. We're starting him.
On the King side of the things, fellas, Sasha Vezenkov, a bucket.
An absolute bucket.
Unironically, a bucket. He's out tonight, right ankle sprain. And then I'm still looking.
One of my favorite guys in all of the NBA, honestly, man.
He was
the little curly hair like Elvis.
He was a great watch in the World Cup. Trey Lyles questionable with an illness, and I'm still looking to see if we have any update on that. But yes, that's it. Sasha Vezenkov, Trey Lyles is questionable with an illness, and that is it for the Kings. I'd catch you up to speed on these two teams, but I don't want to because we all remember what they've both been up to lately. It's not great.
It isn't great, although it should be noted that they had a heartbreaker last night. Was it how am I having a brain freeze here? They played last night, Phoenix, right? Yeah,
they played the Suns.
So, you're catching them on a second night of a back-to-back. Remember last game, Denver on a second night of a back-to-back?
Okay.
This is the thing
How
where
the
it's
turntables,
like, that's what we were saying. It's like, oh, well, Denver's on a second night of a back-to-back, but when they come to our building, they're on it. So this is one I feel like...
you're right.
I feel like you can't lose this one now. You've got to go out there with all the circumstances and still get the win.
Cue the Usher meme. Watch this.
But you're also being very optimistic about like the second night of a back-to-back. One team is missing two of their starters.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of adds to that dynamic as well. Like you're down a lot of scoring, you're down defense against a team that really wants to run and push the pace. And also they have guys that are just difficult to defend for anybody. De'Aaron Fox presents like a real issue for Denver. He's just so quick. He scores when he wants to, and then also Sabonis is playing so well. It is great that they had a heartbreaker. They gave it their all last night. Fox and Sabonis had two of their best games of the entire year and a loss. So, second night of back-to-back, it does I feel like it evens the score.
It was a 130-25 loss to Phoenix.
They lost. They lost by 105 points.
130 to 125 loss.
Yeah, there it is.
Thank you. Sabonis was a beast, 35, 18, and 12, but he played nearly 40 minutes to the point Dev was making. So did Harrison Barnes. So did De'Aaron Fox, who dropped 40. So we'll see how much they have tonight in Denver, of course, with altitude. But the Nuggets have to come out swinging and come out with energy because they're down two important guys. So.
Well, it's time, guys, for that Circle K Who's Gonna Eat segment here where we ask who's going to eat in this game. Is it Justin Holiday? Is it Colin Gillespie? Where are we going, Dev? Who's going to eat tonight?
I'm not going to take the coward's way out like I typically do. I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon in this one.
All right.
And I hope you're right.
I just think that they're going to ask a lot of him offensively. This is a spot where he can't just sit in the corner or he can't just wait for his spots. He's going to have to be aggressive. He's going to have to push the pace. He's going to have to use his strength and athleticism. So I think this is a spot where we're going to see him put the ball in the basket a bit more and be aggressive on that side. So I like AG in this game.
All right, I like that
Yeah,
one.
I'll go deep cut too. Nikola Jokic. I think it's a game for Nikola
Is it
Jokic.
really? All right.
Well, if you think about
You're
it,
only saying that because he's good.
well, that and another person who's going to eat tonight is me for just depression eating when the Nuggets get dog walked again going into the All-Star break. But truthfully, Jokic has to go into Jokic. We need the eye of the Joker. We have Jokic going into this game before it starts. He doesn't lose Jamal halfway in. This is the first game that's not the second night of a back-to-back. He's like, okay, I have to, as he approaches the arena tonight, I have to carry this squad the same way I did 2 years ago in my MVP campaign. I had to drag this team to a 6th seed. Jokic has to carry the team tonight, and hopefully he is acknowledging that and approaches the game this way, and he ends up eating.
I'm going to go with Reggie Jackson in the starting lineup, playing next to Jokic. It's been a while since we've had a real Reggie night. My best guess is that the last real Reggie night, he was probably starting. And, the Kings aren't the stoutest offensive group in the league, and I think there's a chance that Reggie could get cooking. He's a slightly underrated pick and roll guy. I mean, we think of him mostly as getting his own shot, and boy, does he take some wild ones. But he can play in the pick and roll, and he's got a nice pick and roll partner tonight in Jokic. So I'm going to go with Reggie Jackson. This might be hopeful thinking, but
I think it is.
I'm putting that energy out into the world.
All right, I'm going out on a limb here, fellas. I'm doing it. Colin Gillespie.
What?
God
Colin
damn it.
Gillespie. He's setting the table tonight.
It's because you just
Malone's
see a
out
lot of
there.
yourself in him.
I do see a lot of myself in him. No, I'm like way bigger than Colin Gillespie. I tell you,
Yeah,
he's
I see a lot of
wee
myself.
little fella.
With the same haircut.
It's just a normal haircut, man. It's called a fade. I'm telling you right now, he is setting the table for this Colin Gillespie playing big minutes. Murray's out. Reggie's in there. We'll get something going. And here's what I think is going to happen. 4 peppers. I like it. Here's what's going to happen. Is the bench usually good or bad?
Bad.
It's usually pretty bad,
Yeah,
right?
it's bad.
So what if tonight, Dev, mediocre?
Okay.
What if tonight it's a mediocre bench? That's what I'm predicting. Tonight, the
Does that
bench
get you excited?
is going to be mediocre. I'm going to give Colin Gillespie a +2 tonight. He's probably going to have like 7 assists. The offense is going to look like somewhat okay, and people are going to be like, man, there it is.
Mediocre nights from the bench is great if you're playing like a contending team
Yeah.
or like a good team. Which I'm not saying Kings aren't, but like it's the second night of a back. They have to play stellar because that's where you're going to have to, win this game. Jokic is going to have so much attention on them. The starters are going to have to find Jokic, so much that the bench unit is going to have to try to make some type of separation because we already know the bench unit is anytime Jokic is not on the floor. So
Yeah.
you need a stellar game from them. So are you saying they're going to have a stellar game or really just mediocre?
I said mediocre.
What is
I'm going to
Colin
give you the
Gillespie
line. Hold on,
eating?
here's
Yeah,
the line
yeah.
for Colin Gillespie. I think he hits a 3.
Yep.
I think he has 2 mid-rangers, so I'm going to go with 7 points. I think he'll have 6 assists. It's a lot of assists. And the bench is +1, +2. Like the non-Jokic minutes are about a +2. That's the line.
A +2.
Yeah, +2.
Now you're cooking.
I'm telling you, it's going to be
All right.
Colin Gillespie night, which doesn't bode well for the Nuggets. I feel like that also kind of tells you how I feel about the Nuggets as a whole today.
Man, I
We've been
thought my
talking
take
for a
was-
while. Like when it came up, especially when it was near trade deadline, they were talking about potentially reacquiring Monte Morris. Would it make
Yeah.
sense to have a facilitator on the bench unit as opposed to a scorer? We're going to see what that looks like tonight. To have a guy that is looking more often than not to set the table rather than score, alongside P. Watt, Christian, all the bench fellas, to see if they can in fact, convert with that kind of presence on the bench.
Well, who also might eat tonight is Domantas Sabonis, because I don't know if you guys have checked the stats lately.
I have.
Sabonis currently leading the NBA in triple doubles. He has 18.
Feels like
Our
copyright
King
infringement.
Jokic, just 15 on the season. So it's a little weird. Like, none of this stuff is a big deal. Jokic, we know, doesn't chase stats. I'm not saying Sabonis does, but we know, what does it really mean? But I will say this, man. Jokic has been the leader in triple doubles for a while now. We just pencil him in as the guy that's going to get the most. And it's a little weird to me that he is being passed currently by not just another player, but another center. I'm a little bothered by this vote. Am I just acting up?
No, I hate it. I actually hate it.
Thanks,
and
I
I think
hate
there's
it.
part of. I do think there's a little bit of the razor sharp edge to Denver's greatness. Last year, everyone was, there's no great team in the league. No, there was one great team in the league, and that's why it looked like they had an easy path. That's a little duller this year, and I'm not really a Yoke take per se, because obviously he brings it so much every night. But you want to point to some of these more like dominant dominant kind of things about your team that you can point to and be like, this is what. Usually it's that Jokic is far away better than everyone else in every category, and that when he's on the floor, your offense is far and away better than everyone else's. And there's a little bit missing this year, and I don't love it, and I definitely don't want another center to get it, because that's kind of the big feather in Jokic's cap. Is it's like you filter everything he's done through this through this understanding of centers don't do this. We've never seen centers do this. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just sitting up straight.
Are you really that tall? When you sit up straight?
Does it make it feel different when I sit? Does it look differently?
Dude,
if I
you're
do
like
this?
so high
That's
up.
why I always slouch, is because then I feel weird up here.
Yeah.
You should feel weird
tall.
now.
You get what I mean, though? That centers don't do this, right? That's Yoke's angle into the GOAT stuff, and I don't want to see another center doing the stuff Yoke does.
I agree with Vogt. Where do you sit?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you look at Sabonis. He's like, yeah, we have Jokic at home. And then somehow Jokic at home is better than Jokic? Like, what the hell? That's not supposed to be. It just, I mean, Jokic, as pointed out in the comments, has 8 Sombor doubles.
Yeah, it's his teammates' fault, probably.
It's definitely his teammates' fault. But yes, like come on, man. The hell? Like,
But that's kind of what I mean. Like, the Nuggets are usually so great that Jokic is racking up those triple doubles because KCP and Mike aren't missing, and Jamal looks amazing. And
Yeah, I like the fit that they have around Sabonis with the Kings. I mean, he's a great rebounder. Jokic was like the first. I mean, he was like the first since Sabonis' dad, like the big Sabonis. And like now they have the little Sabonis running the same type. Like I feel like they took the blueprint from them, and also they play so fast paced. But he touches it and he just does the DHOs the entire time, and they just find a way for him to, find everyone around him. So I think it's kind of set up for him to get those assists. And he's already a good rebounder, good scorer. So I think this is real. I think it's crazy that another center has it over Jokic because of how, like, what that's meant for the last couple of seasons. Triple doubles as a center, that's Jokic. He has it written all over it. So this is a real thing for me that I also hate. But I think that Jokic will get back to it. I think that his players around him also need to hit some shots.
Yeah.
They need to start, giving it to him and letting him run the offense through him a bit more. We're starting to see him on the low post a bit more. So, like, we're seeing it in different ways. Jokic adds different parts to his game. But I missed when he used to have the ball every time and then just be able to facilitate.
You're not going to miss that tonight. It's going to happen.
Yeah. So, do you think he's 3 behind. Do you think he'll catch Sabonis by the end of the year?
Fuck it. Yeah.
Let's go. Did you just think, is it more fun if I say yes or no?
Well,
It's
it's not an insignificant
No,
amount.
it's not. That's a
And there's
a
only
real
30
amount.
some games
28?
left. 28 games left. So, I mean, I don't know. But again, he has 8 that he should have had triple doubles. It just really just comes down to, are people going to do their job and finish off the assist that he sets up for them?
No.
I don't know.
the flip side of this is that there's something cool about it. And in that Jokic is already influencing the game a little bit. Now, first of all, hat tip to Sabonis and what he's capable of doing. It's not Jokic levels, and we know this.
Yeah, it's
But
higher.
But it is close. Well, you know what I mean. Get into a playoff setting. But it is closer just in terms of the way they play through him than any other big. And that part is cool. I do think the Kings, the Fox Sabonis thing, like, I don't know if they would state this explicitly, but I'm sure they're at least encouraged, if not directly influenced by Denver's success with Jamal and Jokic. So in that way, it is cool. I would like to see more centers realizing they can have a different impact in the game, teams recognizing the specific benefit of playmaking through a 5. That's all well and good, but not at the expense of Jokic's triple-double crown. No, thank you.
The Ringer released their updated, they have the top 100. They update it throughout the year. They just had a new update, and lo and behold, Jamal Murray is number 19. Right in front of him is De'Aaron Fox, by the way, Anthony Edwards. I believe Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, both ahead of Jamal Murray. But at the same time, guys behind him, Damian Lillard, Paul George, Bam Adebayo. I got to be honest with you, fellas. When I see this 19 for Jamal, I'm kind of surprised. I'm actually a little surprised. Some of the guys that have passed him are noteworthy, but at the same time, I'm looking at it going, ahead of Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I think that it's like a shocking and surprising thing, like in a positive way, finally. Like, those people that were clearly above him that people were arguing about for a long time, he has surpassed, and he has been playing, much better than. There's also other people that have passed him that I feel like should be on that list.
Right.
I think if you do this list and you say postseason, it changes entirely. But for what he's been putting up and the type of player that he is, I think that he's getting some well-deserved respect around the league. And, I mean, it's only up for here. As soon as the consistency comes, he's going to keep rising.
It is wild. This is the first time in the history of the Nuggets that it's benefiting them that nobody watches them. You know what I mean?
It is true. They came into the year with the finals on the mind.
Yeah, dude.
And they just haven't updated it.
Yeah, because they haven't watched Jamal Murray all this year. He's not even close to the 19th best player this year. And we
by the
love
way,
him.
That's the official Jamal Murray guy.
I'm the official Jamal Murray guy on the podcast. He's had a wildly disappointing year. He's had very high highs.
A few.
Yeah, but they've been awesome. But like day to day, you're like, what the hell, man? Like
He had
we want
3
so
points
much.
a few games
Yeah, we want
ago.
so much more from this guy. I mean, it's cool though. This is where you just have to be like, we got that big market energy now. Rings culture.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah. I'll give you the next one. Number 58, Aaron Gordon. If you want to know who's around him, right in front of him is DeMar DeRozan, Evan Mobley, Draymond Green.
That's an interesting group for him to be in.
Yeah, right behind him, Brooke Lopez, Jeremy Grant, Chris Middleton. So, what do you think? 58 for AG?
I think it kind of sounds right. I mean, AG hasn't had a great year, to be honest, but I think both he and Jamal are cashing in a bit on their playoff pedigree. Like they just played winning basketball alongside Jokic when it mattered most, so I think Gordon's a tough one because as long as he's in Denver next to Jokic, he's one of the top 60 players in the world. Is he pound for pound one of the top 60 players in the world? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But alongside Jokic, like with Draymond kind of falling a bit from his Hall of Fame peaks, I do think of him kind of as a Draymond kind of player. It's a bit different, but he can have that kind of impact. So to me, 58 seems right. Seems right.
Michael Porter, 67. He's right around CJ McCollum, Alex Caruso right there, which I find kind of interesting.
Two very similar players.
Jaden McDaniels. How do we feel about that? 67.
I mean, it's the 3-point shot, like, for him.
39%.
And it's not the same as it once was. Like, his numbers are down. So I think that like takes its toll on him. The defense is not there, and also if you just look at him in tandem to like the other guys, like of course he's gonna have to be under Aaron Gordon. He's way below Jamal, so I think that his was like in reference to his guys. But he has to put it together consistently. Like the consistency with all of those guys has been the piece that is not allowing them to be higher. The numbers also don't back it in a league that you really want to score. You really want to have these breakout games. Michael Porter Jr. hasn't had many 30-point games that you're talking about.
No.
That changes like what everyone else views him as. So like he has to put up some big numbers or just continue to win.
Yeah. KCP made it onto the list. I don't believe he was on the list coming into the year.
Was
but
not.
He
Yeah.
broke into it now. He is all the way up, I believe, at 95.
Hell yeah.
But quick note here. You know who's ahead of him? Chris Paul.
Ouch.
And also Isaiah Hartenstein ahead of KCP
Oh,
on
my
the
God.
list.
Hold
Hartenstein
on.
89.
Did you make this list?
Yeah, I think he did.
Jaime Jaquez is ahead of him.
My dad texted me about Hartenstein. He was watching a Knicks game. He goes, "Wasn't this guy on the Nuggets?"
Yeah, he's kind of filthy,
I'm like,
huh?
dude, you
That's
and
what he was
Adam.
saying, man. It's my guy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, let's open up the Bet365 Never Ordinary Sportsbook app. Turn our full attention to Dev and do everything he tells us, without question.
Or
Or reservation.
don't. Use your own judgment.
Denver comes into this game as 5-point favorites, which I'm a little bit shocked about because before the Jamal Murray and KCP being out news, guess what the line was at?
What?
5. It didn't change at all. So
That's because they knew.
that they were still on the docket though, like for bets. Like
Yeah,
you could
'cause
still
they
put
try
them
to
in
sucker
there.
you into it.
But yeah, I mean 5 points. It's Denver's the better team, of course. They're in the second night of a back-to-back. But the thing that worries me is Sacramento is like such a fast-paced team. They did play a hard one last night, but I mean maybe they're just like we're just gonna roll from that one. The issue for Denver is there's no Jamal, no KCP against a tough squad that's been struggling lately. So that means someone else has to step up alongside Jokic. I don't know if I could do -5 or +5. I'm just gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, is that right, Dev?
I'm gonna
Thank you.
stay
All right.
away from that. That's tough. I am gonna go with the under 228. I just think that both teams see this as an opportunity to go into the All-Star break and just lick their wounds off of a long stretch of the first part of the season. A week-long break always sounds awesome. Maybe even a 1-2-3 Cancun in the fourth quarter. Get those other guys in there. So I'm going to go under. For Sacramento, let's go ahead and lock it in.
Go for it.
Sabonis is on a tear. And we just talked about, like, if Jokic is going to catch him on those triple-doubles, he's not going to want to get caught. Like, he's a center that's leading the league in triple-doubles. He's going to start chasing. So, like, we're going to see these big numbers. Like, even if it's them getting blown out and you just have to get them a couple more rebounds or a couple more assists, I think that they're just going to start, doing that. So, I don't know if Jokic is going to be able to catch him. That's just going to be tough. So let's go over 40 points, rebounds, and assists. I like it. Also like his points plus rebounds at 31. Like, I mean, he's just going to have a night, I think. He's been playing well. Also think that Fox scores with relative ease. Yet again, his line is only 23.5, and he's coming off of a game that
I don't know if I want to watch.
forever,
I don't know if I want to watch this game.
It takes forever to get through this portion of
Yep.
it every time. He keeps adding bets. Usually it used to be like 1. Now it's like 8.
It's always 2. It's
all
always 2.
right, well.
For Denver,
Oh, okay, what?
I have no bets. Like, it's over.
It's actually real.
For Denver, who else will step up? There's one man that lives for these opportunities of stepping out without Jamal there, and that's Michael Porter Jr.
Okay.
I'm going to go over 2.5 3-pointers.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
I also think he's going to get his points in this game.
Dude,
Like, he just really kind of gets it
minus
going.
170.
When he's just, like, when he's there. Like, he hits his threes. And they go out of their way to find them because they have to find some type of option. Let's push it up. Let's push it up to 4.
He's going to hit 4 threes?
Let's push it up to 4.
Oh, my God. Now you're speaking my language.
There
I'm going
it
to get
is.
reckless. Plus 150. You know I can't walk away from that. 4
Reggie,
threes?
Reggie's a guy that someone said is going to eat tonight.
Yeah.
I think that is a Reggie assist, that plus money type of night.
Oh.
5.5 is his line. He's
a little
going to
different.
have to be aggressive, but he also is going to have to be the facilitator. You
Pass
have to
to
get
Yo.
everyone else involved.
Get it to
5.5 is just too low.
Ooh.
I'm going to go the over.
Dude, I like that bet. That's a great bet.
I like Aaron Gordon over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Okay.
He has to be aggressive to score. He has to rebound. He hasn't been rebounding much, but also this is a game where Jokic is going to be occupied trying to get Sabonis off of the boards. It's going to be AG that has to get some rebounds, and that's kind of where he's been losing it. He's been scoring, but he has to get the rebounds, assists, get everyone else involved. Also, like for Aaron Gordon to record a steal, 1 steal, you put that in as a juicer. And for the lock,
Okay, finally.
it's Jokic over points plus rebounds at 44. This is where the line actually moved with the Jamal Murray line not there. Like, they pushed his points up 3 whole points because they just know they have to rely on him. They have to go through them to score. Sabonis, he cannot guard him. He just can't. And Jokic is going to go out of his way to embarrass him, to show him he cannot guard him. So I think he's going to score with easy. You already know that the rebounds come, especially with them battling on the board. So I like the points plus rebounds for them.
Tell you what I like. Reggie Jackson threes. Reggie Jackson three over 1.5 minus 110.
Really? That's a good man. Just 2 threes?
Just 2 threes, and you don't forget like what he looked like backing up or stepping into Jamal Murray's place earlier in the season. He was actually that was when 6th man of the year rumblings were happening for Reggie Jackson. He was hitting a lot of threes. He's going to take them tonight for sure.
This is that game. Nuggets don't play tomorrow. This is that game that's like the moment they're done with this game, they're on vacation.
Yep.
The moment they're done.
Yep.
So this is could be a wild game for both teams. You know, both teams got to be exhausted.
Dude, wait to see what we look like in the post game.
Yeah, I feel very similar to the team, by the way.
Jokic, by the way, the only All-Star for the Nuggets. The Kings, no All-Stars. No All-Stars on that team, so they're all going to be taking a break as well. So these are a bunch of guys that have private jets lined up, ready to go straight to wherever it is, whatever beach it is they're going to be sitting on for the next 4 days. Who can focus just long enough to get the dub?
Jokic.
Probably, yeah. He's like, I got to go to Indiana. Like, that's where my vacation is. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's hope the Nuggets get a win. We need a winner's
Dude,
lounge.
I cannot get dog walked into the All-Star break.
You can't do it, man. You can't do it. So let's hope our Nuggets come through for us. Hit that like button first on the way out. See you on the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.